Hey guys, I had already done a journey vlog this morning, but this is kind of a recap. So I just got done watching my first video for the Kicking It series, which was almost 10 months ago. And there was quite a few things that I'd said that I was going to be doing, and I stuck with it for the first week or two, and then I'd kind of quit. But, there was just so many things that I had in mind that I wanted to do. I don't know what made me stop. Maybe it was the laziness in me, or maybe it was just me feeling that it was nonsense, or maybe I needed to switch things up. I don't know. All I know is, for some odd reason, I had stopped. But the one thing that I had noticed was my physical composition and how much I have changed from that long ago. And sometimes it helps a lot for us to rehash and go back to the beginning so that we realize where we had been. So it encourages us to continue on, because what I have discovered, sometimes getting to a certain point and we kind of just float around on that for a little while, we may have a tendency to lose focus or forget where we had been. And so it's good for us to go back and see, so that it encourages us to keep pushing, because we see just how far we had gone. So one of the things that I had said was that on occasion I was going to walk to a restaurant to eat. Now during this time when I had started the Kicking It series, I was doing the Ray Down, and that persisted and consisted of me eating when hungry and stopping when satisfied. So I started out eating 3 meals a day, and then I ended up getting to the point to where I was only hungry twice a day. So I'm no longer doing the Ray Down. As you all know, I'm doing OMAD, which is just 1 meal a day, but that's just how far I had come from being hungry 3 times a day to only being hungry once a day. And that's an accomplishment. The other thing that I had said was that I was going to measure myself every day and tell you how much I measured. I am going to be telling you how much I weighed in the morning, and I'm going to be telling you what the measurements read in the morning. Well, eventually I had quit doing that, because the measurements really don't change every day. It takes a course of time. And that's the reason why I'd started measuring once a month, because it's even better to see the change in measurement for that 1 month than it is trying to see it every day. I'd also said that I was going to exercise every day. Like I said, every day, 30 days, I'm going to be exercising and walking. Well, I stuck with that for a while, and then I'd quit, and then I'd start it again, and then I'd quit and start it again and quit. And I haven't videoed that anymore. So, and I had acted goofy. I'd showed you my body. I said that I was going to show you my physical body every day. I was going to show you my profile and everything and let you see that every day. I'm going to be showing you my body, what I look and size. Well, eventually I'd quit that as well. So, for one, I want to apologize for lying, because I had switched things around and changed things up so many times throughout these 10 months. But the one thing that I have kept consistent is trying really hard to continue to not overeat. And so that in itself has been a struggle for me, because the old me likes to eat. The old me likes to binge. The old me likes to eat whatever, whenever, however, whenever the mood strikes. So I'm having to constantly put the old me under where it belongs and let the new me continue to go ahead. So watching the video and really seeing what I'd done, I mean, and even how I had edited the video was so cool. I liked how I made it. And I had even stopped doing that. So I changed a lot. I went from somewhat entertaining to extremely boring. So once again, I apologize for that. So what I'm going to try to start doing, I mean, some of the things aren't going to change. I'm only going to measure myself once a month, as I've been doing. And like, I have practically stopped walking to restaurants. Now I drive to them, but it's only with my husband when we eat out together. I hardly even eat at any restaurant whatsoever on his days off. Not to mention, during my hour, it is so, I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to use it, stinking hot, that it is exhausting. So, not to mention, at least when I do eat at home, I can fix what I like, you know. And right now, financially, it's just better that I forego, you know, and just eat when me and my husband can. Right now, we're enjoying the rest of the gift cards that we had invested in for the vacay. So the cool thing is, we're not paying anything currently for our meals. We're just eating off of the gift cards. Hey, we're saving money that way. But anyway, guys, on the whole part, I am going to try to start basically going back to the basics, only this time doing OMAD, and not the Ray Down, but OMAD. So, without further ado, I'm going to change into my workout clothes, and then you all's going to work out with me, and then we're going to go walking. So I'll be right back. Okay, we are so ready to get started. But before we do, I'm going to give you a show of my body, just like I did on day one, when I was so hilarious. I cracked up laughing at how I showed my body off. So I'm going to show it to you again. Okay, so here's my arms. Yes, I've still got the rings. But the great thing is now, they are true rings. This isn't just overlaid fat. This is more loose skin than anything. So I carry these rings with more pride than ever. And I am looking for them to clear away. But for the time being, they look so much better. Plus, look at that muscle detail. Oh my gosh, that looks so fine. But look at this. Be happy, they're still flabby, but this time it is more worthy of being showed off. More worthy. Here's my rings. Look there, I can almost flap them and fly. Isn't that sad? I'll give you a close-up. There. Be happy you see some flabby. Hopefully that will go away. Now to show you my frontage. Here's my belly. It did look like a barrel keg. I still don't drink. I'm going to show you my side. There's shadow, of course, from the overhead. There wouldn't be as much shadow if I had the curtains open, but so there's that. And there. Man, what a difference. What a difference. I've still got a little bit of this up here, but this is starting to get in tighter. And the overhang right here is starting to lift higher and dissipate, which is awesome. Hey!
For me, back up and let you see this. My front teeth. Don't it look lovely? Looks like a barrel keg. And no, I don't drink. Now for my side. Looky there. She's piggy. Now, I know I'm picking on myself and I shouldn't. Y'all forgive me. But hopefully all this right here will go away. Let me get a little closer. I'm going to adjust this down so you can see it better and I'm not hitting the off button. There. Now you get a really good view. There you go. There's that side. Now turn around. Yep. All the glory of May. And we are going to see what I look like.
I'm going to show you my hips, which is such a difference from what they were. Here's my gorgeous hips from before. So yeah, I am going to be leaving you all a link to my very first Kicking It video so that you can watch it. Plus, I will leave it in the slot up here. That way you can just click on it if you don't want to go to the link. So either way it goes, I'm going to make sure that you can watch that very first video on my Kicking It. Because honestly, I give detail of why I was going to really buckle down and to what I was going to do for you all so that you could give me accountability and, you know, it just an overall. So let's go on ahead and get down on the floor. I haven't said that for so long. Let's go on ahead and get down on the floor and get started with some exercise. Okay, so I'm not going to get into all the exercises that I used to. I'm still going to stick with the basics that I had done, that I had started doing like so many weeks ago. And honestly, what I do is more effective than anything else that I've done. But I am wanting to add, because in my basic exercises, I don't do ab work other than plank. So I am going to add ab work. So let's go on ahead and do our abs. Or I'll go on ahead and do my abs. I don't know if any of you are going to do this with me, which is fine. Okay, of course, your major crunch, your regular basic crunch. I'm only going to be doing 10 because, like I said, I hadn't been doing these. Now I'm going to do crossover. And I'm going to do scissors. Okay. Now I'm going to do my planks and my push-ups. I'm only doing 20 planks, but I'm doing 10 push-ups. Okay. We're going to go on ahead and get into the dumbbells. Okay. Now, with the dumbbells, I only do biceps, shoulder lifts, lateral lifts, and I've started punching. So this is all 20 count except for the lateral lifts. Okay. Let's go on ahead. Do a roll. Hey guys, so here we go. We're just going to the local park, the one that I can walk right to. We're not going to be driving to the one I prefer. We're just going to enjoy the local one. That way I've got the extra steps in just for making it over there. Get an A for effort. I've got my water. It is hot because it's still just a little after 5, so it is pretty hot, but that's okay. I really hope that I start making these videos a little bit more entertaining and a little different from how I'd been doing, because I know they're boring. They've got to be. Looking on my average view time, I'm lucky to have people watching 2 minutes. So I know it's boring as heck. Quite frankly, it's just long enough for you to hear me say what the weather's like and give my intro, and that's it. You guys are done. That's entertainment enough. So I'm going to do what I can to make these videos more interesting. I may do some in the evening and some in the morning like I'd normally been doing. I don't know. I would like to be able to give account of how my entire day went instead of recounting it the next day. So I don't know. It seems a little unfair that I'm doing another vlog this evening after giving you one this morning. But basically I wanted to get back to basics, right? What I had originally started out doing to lose the weight. And I really started out gusto, really worked hard on it, you know, and then I kind of slacked off and was just giving account instead of showing. And that's not really giving very much accountability to myself, right? because I'm not showing you anything, I'm just telling you. So, and I said that I would be honest, and I have been. But it works even more for you to see what's going on instead of just hearing it. So, while we're over here walking, I'll go on ahead and tell you how I done with my meal today. So, we went to Taco Bell, and I know I had Taco Bell yesterday, but we went again today. And I had a $5 nacho fry box, which consists, of course, of the nacho fries, and it had a Dorito Loco taco and a 5-layer beef and bean burrito. That's what my meal was. I had a cup of the Baja Mountain Dew, but I only drank around half of that. It was hardly half, honestly. It was close to half, but not quite. And then, like, we had gone to a dollar store before we went to eat, and I grabbed myself a pack of the freeze-dried, all-natural fruit chips, and they were pear, and so that was going to be my dessert. I asked hubby if he wanted ice cream. He said he was quite satisfied. I said, okay. So I was satisfied with just going on ahead and eating those pear chips, which honestly, that was a great choice. Light, only 50 grams or 50 calories for the entire pack, no sugar added, just all natural. And so, you know, that was great. It was great. But once again, like going against what I'd said on my video this morning, I dwelt on the thought of ice cream. Which of what I was really wanting was chocolate. Serious. So I fixed myself a small batch of chocolate cream cheese icing. Tell you what, that tastes better than the lemon. Serious. But I made myself stop after a few spoons, and I got rid of the rest, which there wasn't much left anyway, so it wasn't worth me trying to hold on to it or anything. I really didn't want to do that, no way. So I just rinsed the bowl out, got the rest of the residue out that way. So, and then hubby had gone to his mom's house, and she gave him a few packs of the tiny mop baggies that has the gummy fruit. And she gave him a whole lot of them. So I chose to hold on to a few packets. Now mind you, you're lucky if you get 6 in that little bag. So I turned around and ate that little bag. So needless to say, I feel bad for what I turned around and ate. I feel bad. But I don't know. I think for me personally, it done good for me to look at my first video, see my body, hear what I was going to be doing, and act on that. I really think it pays sometimes for people to look back on their first video or their first entry in their journal book, or however the journey was, and just go back to the basic and see where everything started. That's one reason why C-Dub on occasion tells what he did, how that he lied to himself about him being overweight and his knees and him thinking he was suited to just be that way forever and everything. And then he turned around and decided ain't no way, and he started acting upon it and lost 125 pounds on OMAD. But see, he's able to recount the beginning, and by him recounting the beginning, he knows for a fact he's never going back. He's never going back. He's on maintenance now. And by his recounting all the time where he once was and what he did, that is keeping him up to par, staying focused, not to mention him telling his videos to us is keeping him active, because what good is it to tell somebody how they can lose weight if you turn around and gain the weight back? I don't think C-Dub is ever going to have a problem with gaining it back. This man is settled with being OMAD for life, and his success is staying his life. So, you know, it's good to recount the beginning so that you know to keep going, either to keep pushing to finish or to maintain whatever it may be. It is good to recount the beginning so that it keeps you on your toes. For me, on occasion, I need to watch that video. Now, it's a long video, sad to say. I think it's like over 20 minutes. But, you know, I was laying the groundwork. But it does good for me to watch that video on occasion, because I see where I once was. I see how obese I was, how out of breath I was, how everything jiggled. I had to laugh at that. And it was something I'd never seen before. When I was doing biceps and triceps and shoulder lifts, the fat literally jiggled. So I had to laugh at that. I'd never seen that before, and I'd watched the video at least 2 other times, you know. But I didn't see that. I don't even know if it does that now, but oh my gosh, it was funny. And I was able to laugh at that video, which I laughed while during the video too. I was laughing at myself because it was better than crying. I was at the point which there had been so many times previous that I would cry over being so overweight and being unhappy and stuff. But once again, I was at that point. I could have cried right then and there on my video, but instead I chose to mock myself. And that helped me get past the sadness that I was feeling. So, you know, yeah, it helps a lot to go back to the beginning, to be reminded of what you was going to do, and know what had been the best choice overall and what you still need to be done. I was literally running into the kicking it, literally, to measure myself every day in Italians and show you my body every day and tell you every day what I was eating and exercising. I mean, I was gung-ho. I was running right into it, ready to just pursue and stop playing Tootsie with rate. Well, as I've said, I've changed a lot from what I had done on that first video, what I said I would do. But there's a lot more things that I had switched around and started doing, which was even for the better. So there's some things I'm wanting to get back to doing that I said I would do on that first video, but on the whole part, but I'd started doing later, I'm going to stick with. Like, for instance, OMAD. I'm going to stick with OMAD. And I may still on occasion walk to a restaurant to eat my lunch, my dinner, my meal. I may still do that. But like I said, it's hot during that time. In my window, it's hot. It makes it very hard to even walk it. No, it's not so bad right now. The wind is blowing very bad, so it's not so hard right now. The wind helps a lot. But, you know, I don't want to lose focus. I don't. I don't know, sometimes it just seems you get comfortable, right? You get comfortable. You start getting comfortable. And when you get comfortable, you start losing focus. And when you lose focus, you start slipping back to your old ways. And when you slip back to your old ways, you start gaining weight again. I don't want to get to that point. I don't want to get comfortable. I don't want to get comfortable. And even after I lose the rest of this weight, I still don't want to be comfortable. I want to constantly stay on my toes, be reminded where I once was, and keep in mind that I need to continuously, constantly stick to eating small portion, one meal, because I figure I'm probably going to do OMAD for the rest of my life. I don't think I'll switch to eating 2 times a day once I go to maintenance. So whichever it may be, either doing OMAD for the rest of my life or eating 2 small meals a day, whatever it may be, I've still got to do this for life. I'll have to do it for life. So I don't want to ever get comfortable. Never. I want to stay in that position where I always stay focused and I'm always on my toes and not lacking. So I'm going to finish my walk here, probably do about 3-4 more laps. It's not going to be much because it is still hot, but it's going to be something. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, I am back from my walk, and so that actually made me feel good to be able to go out there. I mean, yes, it was very hot, but just going out there and doing it, making myself doing it. Because normally if I hadn't started recounting over what I had done with my very first video for the Kicking It series, I probably wouldn't have went walking today. Not today. So yeah, it felt good to get out there. So I've got my Fitbit with me, and I'm going to show you what I managed to accomplish today. So in my steps total today, all day long, 63.46. 18 flights of stairs. That's including taking Bouncy out a few times. She actually adds a little bit to the exercise. 2.69 miles. And a total of 1,460 calories burned, including resting burn. So overall, that's not bad. Seeing that I didn't set out for a full-blown exercise or walk, just taking her in and out a few times today and going out to eat, and then the short walk over at the park, and that's total for the day. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Of course, it'll be great for me to bring those steps up, so that means I'm going to have to focus more on my walking. But anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this recap, and I am going to try to start making the videos of more interest, giving more account of what I'm doing, instead of just standing here for around 10 minutes telling you what I've done and how much I weighed for that morning. I'd like to actually show you what I'm doing throughout the day. That way you know I'm doing it and not just hearing me say I did it. And hopefully it will kind of add a little bit more spark and fire to what I'm doing and really get me motivated to do more. So anyway, guys, I really love you so much. I'll be seeing you tomorrow.